Stay in your own varnashrama-dharma and follow your duties. What did I say? Do you understand or not? Stay in your own ashram, varna and ashram. Then you follow your duties. So if you follow, if you don't do your dharma and you do other people's dharma, then big problem. So you have to follow what is in your own dharma. So by following varnashrama-dharma, Bhagavan Vishnu becomes pleased. So this depends on varnashrama-dharma. The spiritual life depends on varnashrama-dharma. These are all conceptions. The devotees, they are beyond varnashrama-dharma. The Shuddha-bhakta is beyond varnashrama-dharma. He's beyond varnashrama-dharma. But are you a Shuddha-bhakta or not? Have you become a Shuddha-bhakta? You have to think about it. You can even in 1 second give up your own guru and go away, so do you understand? For 23 or 24 years I've been traveling Western countries. I gave so much Harinam and Diksha, I don't even know how many. But where are all these people now? Where they've gone to? Where they've gone to? Look, all the people who took Diksha, Harinam. So what is the holy names? The holy name is Swata-siddha, self-manifested. Guru gave you a mantra, he's giving like Swata-siddha. Means it's self-manifested, all this mantra, you just have to accept it with faith. And if you have the faith in Guru, this will only like be mature more and more, listening hari-katha and etc. Just like, for example, you have the seed. You have one seed. I like mango so much. In Brazil, when I go to Brazil, I take so many mangoes. And the devotees, every day, they give me mango to eat in Brazil. In Russia? No, in Brazil. In Brazil, there are big, big mangoes. If you eat only one mango, it fills your stomach, because mango of 1.5 kilo, 2 kilos, one mango. Yes, you cannot believe. You don't believe it? 1.5 kilo of mango. If you don't go to Brazil, you not like Brazil, Gurudev is saying. If you go to Brazil, you will not like it. Why not? You are there, so I like. Whatever you are, Maharaj, I like it. When you stay in the temple, then you like Brazil, but out of the temple, then you not like Brazil. Understand? When I'm there, everything's there, very nice. You can ask them in Mangalarti, how many people come to my Mangalarti there, even in the lockdown. Alguém que está ouvindo pode fazer o português, Haribo. Alguém que está ouvindo pode fazer o português, tradução. Achuta Priya Didi, Shamarani Didi. Alguém? Alguém fala com a Shamarani Didi ou com a Achuta Priya Didi, por favor. So I was talking about... Estou tentando ligar para elas aqui, mas elas... So one seed of mango. The mango seed has all the the potency there. I can plant, you can plant, but the potency is there. I'm just giving an example. You know, I didn't give the potency to the mango seed. The potency was already there. Any person can plant the seed, and the seed has the potency automatically. And the seed will sprout and will become a plant, then will become a tree later, isn't it? So in the same way, the holy name is the sata-siddha, means self-manifested, like all the potency inside automatically. The Guru only has the seed, means Guru, he perfected himself in that mantra, and then he gives this establishing the heart of others. Do you understand? No? What didn't understand? What do you mean the Guru has siddhi in the mantra? Perfection. So this self-manifested mantra, the Guru has... Guru realizes that and giving the heart of the disciple. What did I say? The same mantra which is sva-kathāḥ means self-manifested, is something transcendental. And the Guru, by the influence of his bhajan, he has that realization. Try to understand this very nicely. Because the mantra is in the book. This mantra which is in the book is also sva-kathāḥ, self-manifested. But although it's self-manifested, it will not manifest in your heart. But the Guru, with his bhajan, he realized that this sva-kathāḥ mantra. Actually, material examples cannot completely explain transcendental things. It's not completely similar.
Partly similar, not completely similar.
Because transcendental things and material things are different. So the example we give, Bhaktivedanta explains, all the material examples we give, they are partly applicable, or like Shaka Chandranaya, like the example of the moon on the branch of a tree. Because a spiritual thing cannot be compared to a material thing. So just for some similarity, we give the example. Just like we give the example of the seed of the mango. The seed of the mango. You got a seed of mango. What is inside the mango seed? That potential is there. All the potential of the tree is inside the mango seed. If I can plant the seed, Karma can plant the seed again, you can plant the seed of mango, you and me, but still it will manifest. Oh no, you are devotee, you plant the mango seed, then only from you the mango plant will come. No, the potency is there. Any person can plant and it will come up. Manifest the tree, the plant. In the same way, the Lord's holy name is sva-kathāḥ, self-manifested. You have to understand. The mantra is sva-kathāḥ, is self-manifested. It doesn't change because it's directly the form of God. It's self-manifested. It's called. Do you understand? Self-manifested. But the devotees, what do? By their bhajan and sadhana, they have realization of that. So they realize and they give to their followers. Means they establish this in the heart of these disciples and manifest this in the heart of disciples. Because the nama and the mantra, they have the potency themselves. Itself, they have potency. But you doing bhajan and sadhana also, you'll get this realization. If you didn't have to take from Guru, and if you chant the holy names, the potency is there, but this potency will not manifest if it's not taken by the Guru. But the Guru has realization when he gives to you. It's also just like a fire. Slowly, slowly this will manifest. Just like the fire. The fire is also inside the wood, but the fire is not manifesting. But this fire which is inside the wood is self-manifested. You cannot see the fire inside the wood, the element of the fire inside the wood. You don't feel, you don't see. You cannot see the fire inside the wood. But this fire which is inside the wood, how to manifest it outside? Just like, for example, if you take two pieces of wood and then you rub them to each other, then you'll see the fire come out. Also, two stones. You can throw a stone like this, you see some sparks of fire. It means there's fire inside the wood. In the same way, chanting holy names, it is all transcendental, they are self-manifested, svata-siddha. But if you take from the Guru this Nama and mantra, the Guru gives you after having realization himself. So the Guru gives in the hearts of the disciple who has no duplicity, no hypocrisy. And then what happens? This disciple slowly he realizes, you got the seed, but you need to prepare the soil. So the Guru, he gives the seed, and also, okay, you have the soil, right? The land. So how the Guru prepares the soil in the heart of the disciple? All the anarthas in the heart, don't speak, listen first. Don't become like blah 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 blah. So all the anarthas in the heart of the disciple, the Guru cleans all that. How? Through hari-katha. If you listen, what is the fruit of listening hari-katha from the mouth of Guru? This verse, if you read the book Madhura Kandabini, you can see. It's a sloka of the Bhagavatam. All the anarthas in your heart will disappear. If you listen to hari-katha, so the Guru, if you listen to hari-katha from the lotus mouth of Guru, this hari-katha is no different from Hari. You understand? Abhina means no different. So when Guru is speaking, this is shabda-brahma, transcendental sound vibration that comes inside your ears, comes to your heart, and all the anarthas in your heart will be cleansed if you listen to hari-katha from the lotus mouth of Guru. Oh, but nothing is happening with me. Of course it is going on. It's already happening to you. So it's a slow process, she's asking. No, it's not a slow process. Actually, you are walking very quickly, but you don't know how quickly are you going, how fast are you moving. What do you know? You think it's a slow process? No, it's a very speedy process. How many samskaras of so many lives you have, you don't know. Since God exists also, you also exist. So you have actually ananta crore, unlimited billions of samskaras from billions of lives. You have these samskaras, these impressions on you. Listen. Listen this first. Listen to this first. So who is cleaning all that? The Guru is not cleaning. The Guru is giving hari-katha, and then Guru is sending God inside you, and God is cleaning. Bhagavan told himself. Bhagavan told in this verse. You have to listen this attentively. Guru spoke hari-katha, means he sent Krishna inside your heart. Listen, understand it carefully. Let's combine these two verses. Which verse? So one sloka is śṛṇvatāṁ sva-kathāḥ Krishna, another sloka martyo yadā tyakta-samasta-karmā atma. This sloka from Bhagavatam. One is from 11th canto, and another one from this śṛṇvatāṁ sva-kathāḥ Krishna is second. Anyway, in this 11th canto sloka, martyo yadā tyakta-samasta-karmā, Krishna is telling to Uddhava, wander in this material world. When the jiva attains to the bona fide guru, by the mercy of bona fide guru, I, myself, I go to the heart of the devotee. When you surrender everything to the feet of Guru, you completely surrender to the feet of Guru, then I, myself, God says, me, or I, myself, I will clean all the anarthas of that devotee who has surrendered to the feet of Guru. But why the Guru is not cleaning him? This question may arise. Bhagavan says, look, the Guru is serving to me, right? Bhagavan says, so to Uddhava, your Guru, he is serving to me. Because the Guru is serving to Bhagavan, right? In the form of Ramana Manjari, and then your Guru is serving to Srimati Radhika and Krishna. Then Bhagavan says, I will, in one of my forms, I will, to the disciples of Ramana Manjari, I'll go to their hearts and I'll serve there. Means I'll clean their hearts and I'll sit there. So you have to combine the two verses and understand very properly. Two verses you have to combine and understand. So that's why, okay, you listen to the hari-katha from Guru. So you listen to the hari-katha, is this a service to Guru? Listen to hari-katha is service to Guru. You're listening hari-katha, this is Guru seva. Understand? The Guru becomes pleased with what? By service. But which service pleases Guru? Listening to his hari-katha. If you didn't listen to hari-katha, the Guru is saying, you're going here and there, how Bhagavan will enter in your heart and clean your heart? If you didn't listen to hari-katha, I saw Srila Gurudev Srila Goswami Maharaj, when he used to speak hari-katha in some brahmachari here and there, he used to chastise so much that brahmachari. Even in the Devananda Gauriya Mata, I saw, in the time of parikrama, Gurudev was giving katha. Except for two persons, Gurudev used to call everybody by name to be present in the hari-katha. Only exception was Trivikram Maharaj and Vamana Maharaj. Rest, everyone should be present. Hey, Prajataka Maharaj. That time, come and sit in the hari-katha, he told. Acharya Maharaj also come. Krishna Kripa, this is hari-katha. Gurudev was like this. If you don't listen to hari-katha, then what will happen to you? You have to listen to hari-katha. So that's why I also say same. Parikshit Maharaj and Shukadeva, suppose. Shukadeva became pleased for what? Because Parikshit listened to this hari-katha. The bona fide Guru, the bona fide Guru and the non-bona fide Guru, they have this difference. The bona fide Guru is looking, which devotee is listening to my hari-katha, which disciple is listening to my hari-katha. I've seen Srila Goswami Maharaj, when he used to speak hari-katha in Mathura, he was looking to everyone, and if somebody going here and there, Gurudev is chastised. Stupid nonsense, listen to hari-katha. Because katha is directly Bhagavan. God. Actually, God, through the hari-katha, will come inside in your heart by your ears. What if I don't remember? Okay, you cannot remember the sloka, it's okay. Which sloka Haridas Thakur used to say? Param Guru Maharaj also didn't speak slokas. He spoke only half sloka of Bhagavad-gita and continue. I heard. But how many slokas Śṛṇvatāṁ Goswami Maharaj used to speak, you can check. He spoke only a little bit, like first line and continue. But the meaning, the verse, you must know. The meaning he gave was so beautiful of the slokas. Understand? Okay, when you write books, then you put the whole sloka when you write a book. This is another point, no? Another thing. But you can listen to Gurudev's directly hari-katha. He was not always necessary the sloka. Yeah, you can speak parts of the sloka, half of it, it's okay, but the meaning of the sloka should be perfect. So it's not artha, meaning, it's sarartha, bhavartha, means the essence of that meaning, and the meaning with mood. So Gurudev used to explain so amazingly all this. But Vamana Goswami Maharaj, he would speak the complete sloka, the full sloka. This is the other thing. Srila Gurudeva, Srila Vamana Goswami, when he was speaking Hari-katha, every time in the Hari-katha, he was only slokas. Not everybody has this kind of memory. Even Gurudeva himself told, I cannot speak some slokas like this. This is a different thing. If you don't remember shlokas, okay, no problem. But you must know the meaning, proper meaning of everything. That's why I'm speaking about two slokas. Martyo yadā. So two verses I'm talking about. śṛṇvatāṁ sva-kathāḥ Krishna and martyo yadā tyakta-samasta-karmā nivedita atma. So Krishna is saying, myself I will clean the heart. The guru is not a material body or a gross body. What is guru? Guru is the sakshat-pratimurti vigraha of God, the directly form of God. Sakshat-pratimurti vigraha. This verse explains Sakshat Haridvartana Acharyamam Vijanyat. So many verses Krishna is saying this. Okay. So you can compare these two verses and see. The Guru, when he's speaking Hari-katha, there is shabda-brahma, transcendental sound. And then this transcendental sound will come inside your ears. And the bona fide Guru is checking. Who is listening my Hari-katha? Who is listening carefully, attentively? Who is listening with attention to my Hari-katha? The bona fide Guru is checking. If you are listening without attention, Guru doesn't become pleased. But the not bona fide Guru is thinking, oh, those who came to Hari-katha, how much donation they give. Those who are not bona fide Guru, they're checking how much donation they give. Sometimes we're busy in the seva and we cannot listen to Hari-katha. We can listen later. Nowadays there are so many options. If you can listen live or directly, listen. There's not lack of service. If somebody is cooking, for example, the Gurudev is speaking Hari-katha, but he is cooking, serving in the kitchen. Okay. He can listen later. And this service you did will not go in vain. Oh, sorry, the end part? 12 बजे what?
ऑनलाइन में सुनना,
आप कथा सुन रहे हो और गुरुदेव का प्रसाद नहीं बनाया, बाद में के बनाएंगे।
हाँ, कौन बनाएंगे?
कब सुन रहे हो?
When you listen online to the katha,
जब आप सेवा कर रहे हो,
when you are serving. If there is no service, then you can listen directly from the Guru. So to serve and to listen both are service. To listen to Hari-katha is service or not? It's service. To cook also is a service. Because Gurudev said, otherwise the Hari-katha will finish very late and nobody cooks, and so of course somebody must cook. Then when the end of Hari-katha, you should not neglect the Hari-katha. Which one is higher? What both are same. Listen carefully. Both are same. Okay, you're washing the clothes of Gurudev, suppose, and the Hari-katha is going on. But to cook is very important. Like to wash clothes, you can wash later. But after, you have to cook it, because otherwise, after the Hari-katha, Gurudev will say, "Where is my food?" You cooked there or not? No, did this telling. When I was in Bhuj, I couldn't listen live. Yeah, because you're doing service. Which service you're doing there? Cooking or other things. This also was service to Gurudev. So you can listen to Hari-katha later. Because after katha, Gurudev will be hungry or not? Gurudev is a mukta purusha, liberated soul, no need to hide prasada for him. Do you think it's like this? No. After the Hari-katha, we'll say, where is the prasadam? isn't it? We will say, I'm hungry. Gurudeva was listening hari-katha, so I didn't cook. Then 3 p.m. you come with the prasada for Gurudeva. Hey. No. You have to balance, you know. Which service is more important? Which time? Like I say, for example, washing Gurudeva clothes. You can wash later, after hari-katha, you can wash it. But to cook, maybe you can have done it before, like you have cooked before hari-katha. When Gurudeva was in Western countries, also I was cooking for Gurudeva. Sorry? What? So preparing some things before and some things also finishing later. So you have to adjust how to make the service, and you have to use your intelligence to think about it, like which time to do the service, how to do, and like this. The service of Guru you are doing, both for service. You have to give preference to hari-katha, always. But if you see, if I just listen to hari-katha, this other service will not be completed. Then I have to give first preference, for example, to cook in that moment, isn't it? But you have also to see the importance of listening to hari-katha. Some other service you can do later, isn't it? Tem alguém fazendo português? Por favor. Tentei ligar aqui, mas minha internet do outro celular tá horrível.
तो इसके लिए आप बताते जैसे जो हरि नाम दिया उसके अंदर पोटेंसी है, ये उनकी निष्ठा ना होने की वजह से हुआ कि वो चले गए या निष्कपट नहीं होने से इस वजह से पूरा जन के संस्कार नहीं बन रहा है, ये तो वो जो दिया परिणाम वो बेकार नहीं जाएगा. So this harinama that the person took, you'll never go in vain. Life after life or some life will give fruit. This harinam the person received from Guru, and so that's harinama that the person took. But that person who not surrendered and left Guru, still will come back one day. Swami Maharaj gave one example, just like a fisherman. The person who fishes fish. So he has a hook with some bait on in the hook, and then the fishes eat and become stuck with that hook, and the fish is swimming away, like trying to run away, and then the fisherman, he gives more line to the rod. He's losing the line. And there are some fish which are very big. Very big fish means some person with so many anarthas. Then the Guru say, okay, go wherever you want to go, but where will you stay? You cannot go in another pond. You only stay in only one pond, in one place. It means everybody is in the pond of Maya here, in this material world. You cannot run anywhere, you know. Then when you become tired of moving inside this lake of Maya, then the fisherman will reel you in. He will reel you in and then catch the big fish. What is that difference? Didi is asking. Is there a difference? The seed of the mantra is different depending on the type of the guru, like Madhyama or Uttama Guru. Okay, Gurudev said different acharyas, they give different. The Guru actually is always Uttam. Those who are speaking just make people understand, but actually Guru is always Uttama. Just to make people understand, we say all these words. You use these words. Actually, Guru is always Uttama, Guru is always Uttama. Just to make people understand, we say this and that, just to make people understand. Oh, but in ISKCON, don't mention names. Okay, so the Guru is always Uttama actually. The Guru cannot never be Madhyama, also not Kanishta. Understand? The Guru The bona fide guru is always bona fide guru.
उत्तम ही भागवती गुरु बन सकता है।
Only a uttama guru can become, uttama Vaishnava can be a guru, try to understand.
वो कहाँ से हो जाए?
Otherwise, where would this come from? Where?
हम समझाने के लिए
Just to make people understand, we use many words to explain.
जैसे महाभारत की कथा,
Just like, for example,
विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती पाद कह रहे हैं,
Vishwanath Chakravarti is saying about the bhagavatiya-parampara prapta.
और एक
And another one,
मूर्छित
Nirduta Kashai, Murchita Kashai.
भगवत पार्षद देह पात्र
So, who is Bhagavad-parshad prapta? Narada Rishi. He is eternal associate of Lord. So he is called Bhagavad-parshad prapta. Just like Narada Rishi. So this is Uttam Guru. To make people understand, we explain. Madhyam Guru, who is the example? Nirduta Kashai. Shukadeva Goswami Pad is giving an example of Nirduta Kashai. Why? Narada Rishi is a dear associate of Lord. Shukadeva Goswami is also a dear associated by Arts of Srimati Radhika or not? Yes. So why this word we're speaking then? Why? Just to make people understand. Try to think, try to use your brain and think about it. So, Narada Rishi is Bhagavad-parshad prapta, okay, eternal associate of Lord. And Shukadeva Goswami, he's called Nirduta Kashai, somebody who has no impediment, Kashai. How would he have impediments in the first place? He was the parrot of Srimati Radhika, come on. But so why are you saying like this, Nirduta Kashai? He has no impediment actually. Obstacle, something, some material, some impediment. Because just so people who have low intelligence, we give many examples just to try to make them understand. Otherwise, people will not understand. Understand? So, Kanishta Guru, the example is when Narada Rishi was the son of a maidservant. So he's called Murchita Kashai. Actually, nobody has Kashai, Narada. All they are uttama. Nobody has impediments or material something. That's why Bhagavad explains. Uttama-Bhagavata, he is Guru. Actually, who is a Guru? He is a uttama-Bhagavata. Trying to understand. Just to make people understand, people are saying this and that. But if you're not mature in your bhajan, you'll become confused. Then you start searching here and there. I will go to Uttam-Bhagavat. I want to go to Uttam Guru. Why will I go to a Kanishta Guru? Actually, the Guru can never be Kanishta. The Guru, the Uttam-Bhagavata is a Guru. Three kinds of Vaishnavas. Kanishta Vaishnava, Madhyam Vaishnava, and Uttam Bhagavat. The Uttam Bhagavat only can be Guru. The Kanishta, actually, he doesn't have so much shastra gyan. Try to understand. The Madhyam, he has shastra gyan, but still he doesn't have so much realization. He has realization, but maybe not completely. Doesn't mean he doesn't have any realization, but not completely. But the Uttama, he has completely all the Shastra Gyan realization. So with incomplete realization, the devotee cannot be Guru, right? She's asking. The Madhyama can also take the position of Guru. That's what I'm saying. Slowly he will become Uttam. Slowly he will come to the stage of Uttam, Madhyama. One person, class, he was in the primary school and he passed the 10th class. Okay, first to become the teacher of the primary class. Okay, you have to pass the 10th class. So that teacher who is studying later, he can pass in the BA, like he can progress also. Do you think the teacher only pass the 10th class and continue there? Do you understand or not? So one boy, suppose, he became a teacher from the primary school. Means that he can also do graduation or not? Yes. He can also continue teaching, and also he can also study and increase. And later he can become a high school teacher, and he'll stop being a primary school teacher because he got his graduation. He got the certificate. So he saw some vacancy posts in the high school, and he can become a high school teacher. So the same person, he was the teacher of primary school, and now he became a teacher of high school. Okay, but then he did MA, PhD, like he did a master degree, maybe mathematics, PhD, MSc, you call, these master degrees and doctor, these things. So then he became a professor in the college, university or not? Yes. So first he was a primary school teacher, then he became a high school teacher, then the same person became teacher of the university. So what do you understand? So krame tinho bhakta hoibe uttam. Slowly the madhyama dikari will become uttam. Slowly like the kanishta will not remain kanishta forever. The madhyama will not remain madhyama forever. Don't just nod along. Really understand. The madhyama will not continue madhyama. The madhyama doesn't stay as a madhyama. But she's saying, no, but the uttamas are nitya siddha, no? So this is another thing. So one thing is a sadhaka, another siddha. Some person by sadhana can attain that position. This is called sadhana siddha. Read Jiva Dharma. So there's the levels of the devotees. Some person came from the eternal world. This is a nitya siddha parikara, eternal associate of Radha and Krishna. Suppose Rupa Goswami. They are not sadhakas. They are nitya siddha parikaras. And another person is doing bhajana sadhana in this world. He's a jiva tata. One jiva doing bhajana sadhana attain the post or the position, of being uttama-adhikari. There's no difference between the two of them. Like Rupa Goswami or some person who was from a jiva who attained uttama-adhikari stage. The only difference is that when they serve in the transcendental world, like the Rupa Goswami, Rupa Mandira can serve closely, like close to Radha and Krishna. But the jiva who goes there also becomes a manjari, but it will become a little bit far. Sometimes you can get the chance to serve closely, but generally serves from far. But every disciple understands, my Gurudeva is a nitya siddha. But you don't know, maybe your guru is a sadhana siddha, maybe. That's why you should not impose like this, arup. That's what I'm saying. You have to enter the Siddhanta very nicely, then will not remain any doubts. See in Jiva Dharma, two kinds of devotees. One did sadhana and attained perfection. And another, he was already a manjari from there, transcendental world, is a Kaya Vyuha Prakash, expansion of Śrīmati Radhika. Bilamangala Thakur is called a sadhaka. He is an uttama-mahabhagavata. He's an uttama-mahabhagavata. Bilamangala is not an ordinary person. Bilamangala, he was a sadhaka. So the sadhaka comes in the category of jiva tata. One jiva doing sadhana and bhajan attain manjari bhav. Attain the position of manjari bhav. Not another, like for example, Rupa Manjari. Rupa Manjari is the eternal servant of Radha and Krishna. There is no difference between them. That is what Parishad Boligani, they will be taken as like associates. like those who attain the position in Goloka Vrindavan. The only difference is that those who came there later, like sadhana siddha, they serve under guidance and also from far. And another, like Rupa Mandira, she serves independently and closely. So Rupa Mandira, she will serve, example. Which clothes we put in Śṛṇvatāṁ Radhika today? How will we dress Śṛṇvatāṁ Radhika? Like Rupa Mandira dressed Śṛṇvatāṁ Radhika. My Hindi is not good, so please help me. I'm a Bengali. I'm tired without duplicity. You can understand my bhava. Whatever I say, you just understand my bhava, even if my language is not like... Okay. But the service Rupa Mandira does is swatantra. It's independently. She can choose which clothes will you wear in Śṛṇvatāṁ Radhika today. Dress Śṛṇvatāṁ Radhika, which dress will put white or which color. Who will decide? Rupa Mandira. But you, if you become a Mandiri, like and comes there, you have to ask to Rupa Mandiri which dress. Also, for example, making garlands. How to make the garland? She'll tell you who. Rupa Mandiri. He'll tell you, you do like this to Śṛṇvatāṁ Radhika, she'll explain. Sometimes Rupa Mandiri mercifully also tell you that you can decide. Sometimes. Narayana Maharaja was like this. Sometimes before making a decision, he used to ask us, what should I do? He himself, he knew. Of course, he used to take the decision himself. But still, he was asking the disciples, what should I do? Isn't it? So Rupa Mandiri, she knows. Today I'll dress Śṛṇvatāṁ Radhika with a beautiful pink color. Pink color is nice, huh? Beautiful color. Okay, I'll put pink color in Śṛṇvatāṁ Radhika. But Rupa Mandiri, the Mandira you are, which Mandira you are? She will ask you one day, which dress you want to put in Śṛṇvatāṁ Radhika? And if you say, pink color, Rupa Mandiri, you say, okay, pink color is okay. Actually, Rupa Mandiri had already decided that she wanted pink color, but she asked you anyway. So in the same way, those who are Kaya-vyuha, direct expansion of Śṛṇvatāṁ Radhika, they do swatantra mais seva. Two services, there is no difference. So in the Guru Ashtakam explains, my Guru Pada Padma, he
डिसीजन सुनने के लिए सारे मंदिरी में सके अभी उद्ग्रीव हो रहे हैं उद्ग्रीव समझते हैं they are very eager
they are very eager to listen the decision that my Gurudev took, the instructions of my Gurudeva, what will happen. The Sakis, they are eager, the Manjaris. Sakibi means Alibi means the Sakis, they are eager. And Juktira Pekshaniya means what he decided, what my Guru decided about what service will be done. Understood or not? So the Guru is a sadhana siddha or nitya siddha. There's no difference if the Guru is sadhana siddha or nitya siddha. If I speak so much, you'll be confused. So that's why I should not speak. If you don't not qualified, if you speak too much, you'll be more confused. But there's one point. Those who are nitya siddha, if you're not qualified, if you speak to an unqualified person, they will be confused. So in Jiva-dharma explains, you can read, those who are nitya parikas of transcendental worlds, they don't even know what is the material world. They don't know how the jivas are suffering in the material world. They don't know. They don't know. For 5 years we were reading Jiva-dharma with Gurudeva. He was teaching us, so that's why I'm quoting all the time. You have to study very well Jiva-dharma. Everybody should study Jiva-dharma. It's written there that those who are nitya siddha in the transcendental world, parikaras, they don't even know how the jivas are suffering in the material world. They don't know. Because they're not from here. Gurudev gave an example. Does the man know the pain that a woman suffers while giving birth to a baby? When the mother gives birth to a baby, the man know? Do you know how much your wife suffered to give birth to a baby? No. How the mother suffers in the labor. From the 5th month until the 9th month, the mother suffers so much with the, how do you say, when the baby's in the pregnancy. But the father, he is not giving attention, and the mother is suffering so much. Actually, only who is a mother understands that's pain. Isn't it? And if I say, people tell me, you're taking the side of women. I'm not taking the side. I'm telling, what is it? The mother cannot dream, sleep, cannot eat, cannot even sleep properly, the mother. Like in the 8th or 9th month of pregnancy, she cannot even change side when sleeping. Just like a criminal in a cell, like tight. They give a small place to you in a prison, and you can have to stand up. Those were very criminals. Those were like terrible crimes. They are put in the jail, but one different jail. It's one kind of jail. You cannot even move, and you have to stay in the darkness. Even those who are doing bad things inside the jail, they are kept in one special cell, very tight. So the mother cannot even change side in the bed in the last months of pregnancy. She suffers so much, the mother. Only who is a mother understands. The father doesn't understand. He's sleeping nicely, no problem. Easily. Isn't it? This is true. I'm telling you. This is actually the katha of the shastra. I also don't have a realization of that. I didn't give birth to any baby. But the mother knows how much pain it is to give birth to a baby. That's why Shastra explains. I'm not saying. So this pain for the deliverance of the baby, the pain of the deliverance of a baby, is just the same pain of breaking so many bones. The deliverance of the birth of baby, and 100 times more. This pain is in the time of death. Shastra explains. It's just like being stung by 1,000 scorpions at the same time when you die. More pain than labor. But the Nitya Siddha Parikaras, they don't know how jivas are suffering. But those who did sadhana, then they know. Those who did sadhana and going there. But when the Nitya Siddha come from there, from here, actually the Nitya Siddha who comes, I should not speak otherwise, because you'll be confused. Generally the Nitya Siddhas don't come so much. If God inspires them, then they come. Or they come with God and they live with God also. You have to understand this. But if you cannot digest, you'll be confused. That's why I should not speak this. So Krishna always comes with his associates, then he goes and takes them. But Gurudeva is a parikar or not? It's not necessary that. क्या जी? If he sent me or not, later you understand if I was sent or not. But it's like Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati and all this, our Guru Parampara. Look, just understand the Tattva-siddhanta. Okay, I'm not talking about anyone specifically. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, he brings his parshadas, associates. And sometimes some special occasion. Also, Bhagavan, also he sends his own associates. Like about Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He came how many years after Mahaprabhu? So, Bhaktivinoda Thakur came, I think, how many years after Mahaprabhu? So Mahaprabhu appeared in 14. Which year Mahaprabhu came? 1486. Anyway, Bhaktivinoda Thakur appeared maybe 200, 300 years after Mahaprabhu. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur Kamala Manjari, he came after. But Mahaprabhu sent to him and told, go. Srimati Radhika sent him Kamala Manjari. So you can analyze that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sent him, or also you can see that Srimati Radhika sent Kamala Manjari. They are one, no problem. So he came here, okay, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. But generally, the sadhana siddhas, we get more benefit from the sadhana siddha. Why? Because they have realization of this material world also. Understand? That's why the sadhana siddha, we get more benefit from them, from the sadhana siddhas. Do you understand? So, if a boy from a poor person house becomes a king, suppose a poor person becomes a king, he knows, he has realization of how much the poor people suffer, because he was a poor person before. But a prince became the king, he never even walked barefoot because he was prince since his birth. I'm giving this material example just to understand a little bit. Not exactly the same thing, but I'm just... So a sadhana siddha guru, he has this realization. He knows the suffering of material world. He knows, he has this realization. How much people are suffering. This is all confidential. I don't speak so much because if I speak, people become confused. If your intelligence is not good, if you don't have the nishta in the guru, you cannot digest all this. You'll become more confused. This is all guru. This is all the secrets, confidential things. So I give an example also. Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, they were always doing their bhajan. They are actually nitya parikar. They didn't create any temple or anything. Like they were not caring like this, They were absorbing their own bhajan, and somebody came, they spoke hari-katha, otherwise they are not caring. Rupa Sanatan absorbed in their bhajan. So before Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada or Goswamis, they were who? They were bhajananandi, absorbed in their own bhajan. But Prabhupada saw how the jivas, they were suffering so much, and how to increase the line of Mahaprabhu. So Bhaktisiddhanta established temples. So we need three things. Yesterday I spoke for the sadhaka jivas for the sadhakas to progress. One thing, Guru Shastra Mandir. First thing, you need the bona fide Guru. The bona fide Guru will show you the perfect path. He will take you to bhakti. So you need the bona fide Guru who will show you the way. Second, you also need the book, means the shastra, full of the conceptions of the previous acharyas. Have to be established in the conceptions of the previous acharyas. Understand? So that's why I say Amnaya Praha. Amnaya Praha, the evidence is the instructions of the Vedas as described by the Guru Parampara. Guru Parampara Prapta Veda Bharani. Instructions of the Vedas given by the Guru Parampara. So there are two Guru Paramparas. Pancharatrik-parampara and bhagavatiya-parampara. But you need the parampara. That's why very carefully you should understand about the parampara, whether it be bhagavatiya-parampara or pancharatrik-parampara. So if after that guru there is not bona fide disciple, like direct disciple, so you have to take shelter of the Bhagavatiya-parampara. It's not necessary that that disciple, like a direct disciple, that disciple what? Sorry? This is bhagavatiya-parampara. Maybe the person didn't take physically mantra from that guru, but he follows the same conception, the same siddhanta. He's also establishing the same siddhanta and behavior of that guru. So you can take shelter of this person. Example, Baladeva Vidibhushan Prabhu. Baladeva Vidibhushan, he didn't take direct mantra diksha from Vishwanath Chakravarti, but he was following the conception of Vishwanath Chakravarti. That's why Vishwanath sent him to Jaipur. So I'm saying, Srila Goswami Maharaj was so generous. He told all my sannyas can give diksha. He told or not? And then he told, you can understand it your own if you can give or not. You can listen to his recording. So Gurudeva didn't say only my disciples can give, like only my diksha disciples can give initiation. No, he did said all the sannyas who took from me sannyas, whether they were disciples of Bhakti Pramod, Puri Maharaj, or whatever, whoever, disciples of Vamana Maharaj, Srila Maharaj. He didn't mention this point, or my disciples directly. He didn't say. So this is the generosity, like how Gurudeva was broad-minded, broad-hearted. Actually, in other temples, generally who will continue is the simhasana is kept for those who are direct disciples of the Dikshit disciples of the Acharya. In other temples, in other lines, you can see. But Gurudeva, look at the conception of Gurudeva. A person may be disciple of Srila Swami Maharaja or Srila Bhakti Puri Maharaj. Whoever took sannyas from me, you can. Gurudeva told, all my sannyasis, they can give Harinam and Diksha. If you feel you're qualified, you can give. So somebody, Ashram Maharaj asked, and this conversation is there. If you don't think you're qualified, don't give. If you are not qualified, don't give. Have you heard or not? I have this lecture. Listen, Ashram Maharaj is saying, I'm not qualified. So then Gurudev was very strong, bold, like energetic. Okay, if you think you're not qualified, don't give. Those who are qualified, then they give. Those who are not qualified and are giving, they will die. Those who are not qualified and they are giving, even though they are not qualified, they will die. So understand one thing. Gurudeva used to say, who gave Swami Maharaj the position of Guru? Who gave Swami Maharaj the position of Guru? Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada told to Swami Maharaj that he should become Guru and give a deed to Swami Maharaj. Oh, you can be Guru. Bhaktisiddhanta did this? No. The Guru, he's self-manifested by the strength of his bhajan. And also by the mercy of Guru, also this is all coming automatically. If you preach nicely, people will come to you, and by your own bhajan and behavior, this will be manifested. By your own behavior. Understand this very well. To understand, you must understand it actually. It's not a gross thing. It's a subtle thing. Understanding subtly. So there is the antarvichar, internal conception, and external conception. So the subtle conception and gross conception. Sthula vichara, gross conception. You should come to the subtle conception, subtle understanding of the things. All acharyas, if each acharya have their own speciality. Bhaktisiddhanta didn't write a deed before leaving this world and saying, "Oh, who will be acharya?" Or okay, Maharaj, the disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta, Prabhupada, why they created so many different temples and all this, like, whole control? Gurudev said, this is the world is like this. Do you have brothers? No. Suppose you have 5 brothers. If your father has so much money, everybody wants to get also the wealth of the father. This happens in this world. If the father gave a deed saying, all my money will go only to the Rasbihari Prabhu, the other brothers cannot do anything. So I'll give you one example. Suppose the Chaitanya Mart from Bhakti Ballabha Tirtha Maharaj, Bhakti Deita Madhava Goswami Maharaj. Bhakti Deita Madhava Goswami, he wrote a deed explaining clearly Bhakti Deita Madhava. He said, after me, Bhakti Ballabha Tirtha, who will be Acharya. And everybody has to say under the guidance of Bhakti Ballabha Tirtha. Those who don't want to follow this can go away of the ashram. Bhakti Deita Madhava, he wrote in the deed. Bhakti Vigyana Bharati was nothing less than Bhakti Vallabha Tirtha. I don't want any offense, but Bhakti Vigyana Bharati was not in the deed. So when Bharati started giving some diksha, because that time Bhakti Vigyana Bharati didn't give diksha anything. He didn't give diksha. When Bhakti Vallabha Tirtha was doing sickness pastimes, then at that moment people used to touch his hand with the japamala. But this was not proper rules of the, you have to have the relationship of the transcendental sound coming from the mouth of Guru. Bhakti Vigyana Bharati Maharaj said that. But when he started giving 2-4 japamalas, like me, giving a little bit initiation, God brothers were giving objection. No, but this is not in the deed. Yeah, it's written in the deed that only Bhakti Vallabha Tirtha could give. But now look at the situation. He's not even speaking, he was in samadhi, not samadhi, sorry, sickness pastimes. So when Bhakti Vigyana Bharati gave diksha, then he was kicked out of the temple. And all the Westerns and the others, they also followed him and left the temple. So Param Gurudeva, he did a deed also. Param Gurudeva Bhakti Pragana made a deed, like a letter saying, after me, Bona Maharaj. And after Bona Maharaj, it will be Parjataka Maharaj. He did a deed saying this. I have that deed also. I have the Xerox of that photo, of this deed of Bhakti Pragana. Because before 3 of them were invited. Srila Gurudeva, Srila Narayana Goswami and Trivikram. Kon? Trivikram. Srila Trivikram Maharaj said, before he already told, I'll never take disciples and not give initiation. But Srila Narayana Maharaj said, they are seniors. 3 of them before they were consulted, So Srila Narayana told, I'm junior. But Srila Vamana Maharaj always quiet. He didn't object or anything, didn't say anything. So, Vaman. Bhakti Pragana? So Bhakti Pragana also thought that Srila Narayana could be the Guru. But Srila Narayana was consulted and he told Gurudeva, Trivikram Maharaj and Vamana Maharaj are also here. They are my senior god brothers, so they came before me to the temple. Vamana Maharaj had taken Harinama from Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada. That's how can I sit in the asana of Guru if they are senior to me? Srila Narayana told to Bhakti Pragana, when Bhakti Pragana consulted Srila Narayana, if he wanted to be the Guru after him. So Srila Narayana thought, if I will become the Guru, all my god brothers will leave me because I'm junior. Gurudev was thinking like this. Because The other one is still senior and still there here. So if there's a senior, you can do under the guidance of the senior. If I'm junior, then okay. So Vamana Maharaj wrote about, Bhakti Pragna wrote about Śrīla Vamana Goswami, and it's in the deed. But the situation, so that's why Śrīla Narayana Goswami Maharaj didn't used to give the diksha before. This was the rules of Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti. But my Gurudeva Śrīla Vamana Goswami, he used to give honor to Śrīla Narayana as like a guru. I saw. For example, before giving diksha to anyone, Śrīla Vamana told, ask first Śrīla Narayana Maharaj. Even before giving red cloth, sannyasi, everybody should have recommendation of Śrīla Narayana Goswami Maharaj. Śrīla Vamana Maharaj was like this. If the person had not the permission or recommended by Śrīla Narayana Goswami, Śrīla Vamana Maharaj would not do anything, like not give diksha, not a saffron cloth. For grihastas, it's different thing, like when he was giving preaching, like when he was preaching with some grihastas village, this is different. But inside the temple, those who were living in the temple, they had to have a recommendation of Śrīla Narayana Goswami Maharaj. He always used to say, Śrīla Narayana is my guardian. Whatever he'll say, I will follow. Śrīla Vamana used to say about Śrīla Narayana Goswami. So, Gurudeva Śrīla Vamana Goswami, he had so much affection, love and possessiveness to Śrīla Narayana Goswami Maharaj. We don't see this nowadays. 16 years later, after Vamana Maharaj, Narayana Maharaj came. 16 years after Śrīla Vamana Maharaj. Still, Śrīla Vamana Maharaj had so much love and affection to him. We don't see these things nowadays. So, Gurudeva Śrīla Vamana Maharaj, he wouldn't come so much to UP, to north of India, because whenever he used to come, he would be sick here, Vamana Maharaj, because this weather of North India was not good for the body of Śrīla Vamana Maharaj. That's why Vamana Maharaj told Śrīla Narayana Maharaj, hey, now you can, Gurudeva told Vamana Maharaj, please give initiation there. And by this, some God brothers, they became angry. So my Gurudeva said, I am Acharya, but according to my position, I am by my power I'm saying, so what do you have to do with this? And some God brothers, they did some false the false things, saying that Vamana Maharaj wanted to give up their position of Acharya. And they came to Mathura to Śrīla Narayana Maharaj and sorry, I didn't say exactly because I know the story. So Gurudeva called to Śrīla Vamana Maharaj. Gurudeva called to Vamana Maharaj. Vamana Maharaj said, oh, I don't know about this anything. So the Guru didn't even know, and the disciples, they do themselves something. They told Gurudeva, sign this and like this. Gurudeva said, I didn't know that I was doing this. I didn't say that I wanted to give a position of Guru. I never said this. I never said that I was going to give a position of Acharya. So if Śrīla Narayana Maharaj would sign that letter, like a false letter these devotees brought, so it would be a big problem. Some devotees of Śrīla Vamana Maharaj, they made one like false letter. But Śrīla Narayana knew that Śrīla Vamana would never say like this, never do like this, like renouncing his position of Acharya. Look, Gurudev used to say one thing: whatever we say in our mouth, there's no value. Whatever we say with our mouth has no value. But what is written, that has real value. What is written? This is true. So you can say many things, but if something comes in your mouth, you're just speaking. But if it's written, if you wrote something, then it's like real value, in it. So if I call you stupid nonsense rascal, there's only this sound. But which time I told you, like in each circumstance, what happened, what is the reference, in which reference, or... But when you write something, my Gurudeva used to say, when you sign something, you have to read 10 times something before signing it. Okay, a guru is making sickness pastimes. So if somebody gives harinam on their behalf, who is the guru? According to the Gaudiya-parampara, there's not on behalf of someone. This doesn't exist. This is karma marga. This is a system of ritwik. There's one article of Gurudeva about ritwik. Gurudeva said that the ritwik system of ISKCON was wrong. So this system of ritik is in karma marga. Suppose in karma, you don't have a son, so you must do a fire sacrifice for having a son. Putesti jagya. So you have to make the fire sacrifice, but you call a brahmana on your behalf to perform the fire sacrifice for you. So the brahmana became the ritvik for you because he's the fire sacrifice for you. He doesn't have anything to do with you because you cannot do yourself a fire sacrifice. So on our behalf, you invite a brahmana to do it for you. So this is in karma marga. This is system of ritvik. Śṛṇvatāṁ Bhagavata, many shlokas about this, many stories also of the Bhagavata about this. You had to do it, but you don't know the mantra and anything, so you invite the brahmana to do. So that there's direct relationship of guru and disciple. Okay, but who is the disciple? So Gurudev is saying actually the system is not proper. If the guru is here, if some another Maharaj is giving Harinama Diksha, if the guru is still sick, this is not the path of bhakti. So who will be the guru of that person? Look, those who are giving, that person will be the guru. The person who gave the mantra Harinama, that will be the guru. Why are you saying on behalf? Because this on behalf, this is not in the path of bhakti, this doesn't exist. And who told you him to give? In the time of Gurudeva was like this. Oh Maharaj, Gurudeva was in sickness pastimes. Madhava Maharaj or someone was giving diksha. So my question was, the person was thinking Gurudev is my guru, but who is the guru of this person actually? Because he took Gurudeva's sickness, so the person could not take from Gurudeva directly. So the person is thinking Guru is his disciple Gurudeva, but actually he took diksha from Srila Madhava Maharaj. So Gurudeva is saying, actually it cannot be on behalf. Okay. Ginger to Gurudev, huh? Ginger. Sorry, what? Good. Sorry, again? The Mahabhagavata, if whatever is given from the hand of a Mahabhagavata is already siddha, but you cannot say on behalf. Ginger, Kunjeshwari, you have ginger. Huh? But the hari-katha he might have on the ginger. Can you do ginger? Can you do ginger? When Gurudev was doing sickness pastimes, so sometimes you touch the hand of Gurudeva. By touching the hand of Gurudeva when we were giving, so that person the guru, but we cannot say on behalf. Yes, but when Gurudeva is manifested still. Yes. Then the person, really the Gurudev is that Gurudev because touch his hand. Because you must listen the sound from the Guru. So you can take the japamala, but the mantra, you have to listen from the Guru. Which? So you have to listen the mantra from the Guru. What did I say? You can take Harinam, but you must listen it from the mouth of Guru. I tell you directly. In Brazil, when Gurudeva was manifested, Prakata, I gave so many diksha to so many people in Brazil. They had to listen from Gurudeva.
understand.
ये लोगों की ये क्या है केवल इसी कहा जाता है लोगों की शांति क्या बोल रहे हैं
To touch the paper. Just to? क्या लोग क्या? Satisfaction. Just to satisfaction of the people, because you must listen the sound from the Guru's mouth, not only touching paper in the hand, but also must listen the sound. Do you understand or not? You must listen from the Guru, the sound. Srila Bhakti Maharaj was saying this. So only by touching, they will not be enough. Otherwise, I would print all the papers and touching the hand of Gurudev, then come in Western countries. So why would I call to Gurudev? Like I was always calling Gurudev, so people would listen to the mantra and nama from Gurudev. So if touching paper was enough, I would only touch many papers in Gurudev's hand and give to them in the Western countries, and I was preaching at that time. No need to call to Gurudev for them to listen Gurudev. But some people, they are less intelligent, so I'll tell you about. So first I was doing service of Guru, because Babu Seva. But the Guru actually is not become old, his health is not good. Gurudeva is a Tata Darshan philosophy. I didn't give to you? Oh. Breaking the fast for Advaita Acharya. First take the Jagannath Prasad. So slowly understand. Not in one day. So slowly. I tell you about my own life history. Gradually, Kansan.
What about Skype? Like in Skype?
What about giving initiation in Skype?
It's shabda-brahma?
Yeah, in Skype is shabda-brahma.
Same sound you are speaking on mic.
It's just like you are speaking on mic or without mic. The sound is same or not if you speak with mic or without mic. We use a mic so that the sound can reach many people, even those who are far. That's why we use mic. But if people are sitting in front of you, we don't need mic.
So it's not non-different because
it's no different because some people think that it's better to directly receive Harinam. People think that Skype is not bona fide. This is nothing.
Everything depends on their faith.
And everything depends on your faith. I want to listen directly from Gurudeva sitting in front of him. Some people say, no, I like Skype is okay. In Brazil, I think 80% of the devotees, they took from Gurudeva by Skype, because for 7 years Gurudeva and śṛṇvatāṁ didn't go to Brazil. And so many took Diksha Harinam that time, by Skype, by phone. Actually, nobody connects so many people to Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaj as like Srila Bona Maharaj, like initiations.
You must listen from Gurudev, not recording. You must listen directly. Sakshat directly means what? You have to listen to shabda-brahma. By mic, by Skype, or live, or in front of him, whatever, but must be the direct sound. Otherwise, you can listen the recording of Swami Maharaj and like, oh, I'm his disciple. No. It's the system of Ritwik. When a person comes to you, then you put the recording of Swami Maharaj, the Mahamantra of Swami Maharaj. Oh, finished. Now you're a disciple of Swami Maharaj. Gurudeva, the hari-katha recorded is not shabda-brahma, right? Gurudev is saying, look, something's better than nothing, no? What to do? The shabda-brahma that you're listening, if you listen directly, that bhava will come also to you. Suppose Gurudeva gave an example. Ram, where were you? So these words that you're listening, Ram, were you? If you write it down or record it, Ram, where were you? You don't get the bhav, like the feeling of the person. Because the meaning can be many. For example, depending on the tune in which you are speaking, the mood in which the person is speaking some sentence. Like if you say, Ram, where were you? Where are you, Ram? Like different expression, the different mood of how to speak.
Who are you? There'll be a question mark. So that mood comes.
When you're listening, and if you're reading a book or listening to a tape or recording, there's potency, of course, but only knowledge. The bigyan, realization, only comes with shabda-brahma directly. Understand? You're going to. That's why I say, listen. Try to listen directly from the mouth of Guru. That's why I always say, listen, listen, and listen. How much? Because if you listen to the recording a little bit, soon you'll feel sleepy. 1 or 2 lectures, then again, you want to feel sleep. Your concentration to concentrate when it's a lecture like recorded is so difficult, isn't it? But somebody sitting in front of you, I'm looking at everyone and even afraid. Oh, if I sleep in the hari-katha, Maharaj will chastise me. So you stay more attentively. But when you put recording, you lay down and you're sleeping, listening to recording of hari-katha. And also, if you not understand the philosophy, automatically you feel some sleepiness. Or sometimes they say you listen only one part of the recording, not everything. If you listen, then you get the shabda-brahma inside your ears. It also read, yes, it's gyan, knowledge. If you study like reading, you get gyan, knowledge. But it's not the shabda-brahma. Understand? What she's saying, but Gurudev put so much importance in publication. Of course, the preaching of Gurudev's katha. People can be established in Gurudev's conceptions. Everybody wrote books. But if you only read the books, you get knowledge, not realization. Realization comes by sadhu-sangha and hari-katha. One thing is gyan, another is big gyan. So you have to be established in the vichar, the conceptions. So you told that since God exists, also we exist. So this 8,400,000 births. When we came from Tatastha Shakti, we were incarnated in the body of human beings or animals. Try to understand this very well, Gurudev is saying. Which body was the first body that the jiva obtained? Did first we obtain the body of a human being, the body of buffalo or cows, or the Padma Purana showed some sequence. The sloka, Jalajana Valakshani. So the sequence given in the sloka of Padma Purana, right? This statement is there. But now your question is, the jiva, which birth was the first birth that the jiva got, first species? So there are unlimited jivas. Maya is so diversified. Vichitrani means so much diversity is there. When jiva is in Tatastha Shakti, Maya shows her glitter. Means Maya shows different kinds of forms. Maya manifests different kinds of forms, diverse forms. Diverse. Many kinds. Like Maya is like a witch. You know what is a witch? The witch sometimes manifests a beautiful form, you know? The witch sometimes manifests an ugly form. You know, you can ask Parishananda Brahmachari. You can ask him. He lives in Gopinath Bhavan. Ask him. He's our god brother who lives in Gopinath Bhavan. He's very big boy. A ghost came to him, and she came in the form of a beautiful girl. Very beautiful, like a white and like a Punjabi girl. Understand? Sitting in front of him, he was telling. And actually, slowly, she was sucking all his blood. Then when she knew that he was about to get away from her, she became very angry and trying to make him afraid, like threatening him, haunting. So why Maya is compared to a witch? Why? Because the witch sometimes manifests a beautiful form, you know? And sometimes the witch manifests an ugly form, terrible form. So Maya also. Maya is Vachitrani, means diverse forms can manifest. She can manifest. And manifesting these many different kind of forms, Maya comes near the Tatastha Jivas. Those Jivas who sought to Bhagavan, they went directly to the transcendental world. But the Jivas who look into the other side, Maya was manifesting many different forms for them. Like many forms Maya was showing, many forms. Actually, the ladies, they have so many forms. They have. This is true. Shastra is saying, not me. The ladies are mothers, form of mother. Ladies can also be like witch. The woman can be in many forms. They can like a mother, many shapes shift. They can be like mother, like witch. Shastra explains. This is not for all the ladies, but so Maya also manifests many forms. And when the jiva is there, which form the jiva becomes impressed by, that form, that species of life, that species, the jiva will be born in. But if it's singular, no, excellent. So if the jiva becomes impressed by that species, then the jiva will be born in that species. The species that Maya manifested in front of her, many different forms, and the jiva got impressed by. Okay, this sloka. I don't know, they showed something to Gurudeva, but I didn't understand what they showed. Yeah, this is true. But it's not for all the jivas. Because Maya manifests many forms and... What is saying that? But it's not for all the jivas. Later we can ask them. What is written? It's not for all the jivas. I told that Maya also shows some form of Brahma. This is written, it's true. Those jivas who first took the position of Brahma in the first species, actually because they were attracted by the form of Brahma when Maya showed to them. So, and if they not behave properly, they will give up that position of Brahma. They will be out of the position of Brahma. This is written properly. This is true. Doesn't mean that all the jivas they will become Brahma in the first species. No. And also, what is the meaning of Brahma? Also, what is the meaning of Brahma? Do you think everybody will become the Brahma with 4 heads? No, because this sloka or this part of shastra, we have come from where? I'm not talking about Tatashta Shakti now. Okay, so Brahma created the jivas, and the Lord Brahma created too. You know, the creation, all this. The human, Satyarupa and Manu. So that's why we call Manusha, human beings, because we came from Manu, the first man. Okay. So from Brahma, Manu and Satyarupa came. So the human beings began at that point, at this point. Before, the sons, they were mindly created, like Manasputra, like for example, for Kumaras and others, Narada Rishi, they were created by the mind of Brahma, by his mind. But in this way, the generations are not coming properly. So that's why Brahma created a man and a woman. They are called Manu and Satyarupa, the first couple. And then from Manu and Satyarupa, then the Manavas came. Why we called Manava human beings? Because we came from Manu. So Manu and Satyarupa. So here in India, we are known by the father, not by the mother. In the Western countries, people is recognized by their mothers. Even you should never ask from a Western country the name of the father. The Westerner will be angry with you because he doesn't even know the name of his own father. The person who doesn't know his own father, he will be angry if you ask him about his father. Many people sometimes ask about the father, and these Western people tell me, "Oh, I don't know about my father." That's why they even call ex-mother and ex-father in the Western countries. They have this expression. Never ask to any Western countries about their father, and they give more importance to being recognized by the mother than by the father because they know who is their mother. But in India, no. Everything depends on the father. Everybody will ask, "Who is your father?" in the first place. But in Western countries, they ask, "Who is your mother?" This is different in India, different from India and Western countries. Difference between what did I say? The difference between Indian and Western countries. This is one difference. So what was I saying? We are Manusha, means human beings. From Brahma came Manu, and from Manu came the human beings, Manu. So who is our topmost father? Brahmaji. He is our supreme father, Brahma. So one thing is a father, another a supreme father.
इसलिए ये विचार दिखा रहे हैं, ये जो कहते हैं हमको समाज के सृष्टि के ये सब विचार दिखा रहे हैं, ये विचार भी ठीक है। पुराण के अनेक कथा भी उसी प्रकार ही है।
So many stories of the Puranas, they say like this. We come
उसके पहले की नहीं था।
in the human body, so Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains that Maya is Vichitrini. Means Maya manifests many different forms. Suppose you see the form of a cow, then you attract it, then you'll be first species will be of a cow. Then slowly, slowly this progress. Maybe be born as a grass, maybe as a cow, because Maya shows you many different forms. Even in the time of the death, Maya also will show you many different forms. In the time of death, you thought about many things in your life. So just like a reel, like a movie, all many images will come in your mind, and whenever you attract it, a Shakti attachment, then you'll be born like this.
फर्स्ट ओरिजिन का ये वाला कोड पढ़ के मेरे को डाउट हुआ है।
ये ठीक है, एक भी मैंने पढ़ा था इस श्लोक में, ये सबकी ब्रह्मा नहीं उसी के लिए हम इस परंपरा में देखते हैं ब्रह्मा जी सृष्टि कर रहे हैं।
So when you say that everybody will be Brahma in the first life, actually also you can, I think the third canto you can see, because actually Brahma created all the living entities, you know. So in this way we are like descendants of Brahma. So first Brahma created beings with one leg, then 2 legs, then 3 legs, then 4 legs. In the Bhagavata explains. So depend on the qualification of each person, you have to make them understand. The Guru is speaking, and according to the mentality or intelligence of the disciple, he'll be able to catch that or not. Not everybody will understand the same thing, or understand exactly. Depends on the mind of each person, on the intelligence. Then we understand accordingly. Everybody understands according to their own mind, intelligence. But if you want realization, then do Bhagavat Bhajan. So this sloka is there really. Do you think to listen to hari-katha is not seva? It is. Both are important. You must do your sadhana. 2 fingers, right? You have to do both. Your sadhana and the mercy also must be there. So about vibhav, alamban, 2 kinds, Vishaya and Ashraya alamban. Vishaya alamban is Krishna, Ashraya alamban, the devotees. Samprap Sid and Nitya Sid. Kripa Siddha and Sadhana Siddha are different. Somebody may be attained doing sadhana, and others Kripa Siddha. The person didn't do sadhana, was causeless mercy, like the Guru put the hand on your head. And Bhagavatiya-parampara explains about Janasarma. Which is sadhana did Janasarma? He did just listen to the katha. Gopakumara told all the katha to Janasarma. You can listen. And then Gopakumara saw that Janasarma was not having realization. He listened to the katha, but still no realization. Then Gopakumara, in this moment, he put his hand on the head of his disciple. Mathura Brahmana is Janasarma? Yes. So when he put his hand, then he had the realization, just like his Guru. Okay, maybe you do your sadhana, but if you don't have mercy, then... So the mercy is the main thing. No, actually you also must do your sadhana. Both things you have to do. Because the Guru is always giving mercy. By doing sadhana, you'll be able to take that mercy. You must have the recipient to take. The rain is raining. It is raining or not? It is. Even on top of the mountains. Is it raining or not? Even on top of a mountain, for example, when top of the mountain there is no container to take the water of the rain. So you need the recipients, like for example a pond, then the water will be there. Receptacle. So the Gurudev is giving mercy, but by your sadhana you have to create that container to retain the mercy. 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 But also without the mercy of Guru, you cannot even do sadhana. So you have to endeavor, and then the mercy will come. I want to speak like an English. What did I say? So suppose a powerful lion. He's thinking, I'm the most powerful lion. He's thinking, I'll sit inside the cave, I will sleep, and then the deer will come inside my mouth. No. So if the lion is sleeping, even though he's very powerful, the deer will not come inside his mouth automatically. Like the lion must hunt. Means that you have to do sadhana. You have to chant holy names, do service, then yes. Kripa sadhya. What is kripa? What is kripa? The word kripa. Kri means do, then you pa, you get. You think only by sitting down you'll be able to get. You have to do something. My Gurudeva used to tell one story. You, why do you feed me so well? Do you know? Why do you feed me so well? Because I speak nice hari-katha. Gurudeva humbly and funny, in a funny way, he was saying, if I stop speaking hari-katha, nobody will feed me. No, Gurudeva. But now you're still doing it. You feed me very well and give me very well nice things to eat because I speak hari-katha. If I stop speaking hari-katha, nobody will come in front of me. This is the humility of Guru. You sit here for 2 hours. Why are you sitting down? Because of hari-katha. If I stay in my own room, you'll not sit down here. Only half an hour, then you go away. First, everybody wants to know, Gurudeva speak hari-katha or not? Everybody wants to know or not? I've seen. When Gurudeva was in Mathura, Gurudeva will give hari-katha or not? Everybody wants to know. Otherwise, people not even show up if Gurudeva will not give hari-katha. At least can have the darshan of Gurudeva. You can at least see Gurudeva. Come and take the darshan of Gurudeva. So it means people have self-interest. Which self-interest? If Gurudeva speaks hari-katha, then I will come. So this is a condition. There's a condition there, not some selfish motivation. Gurudeva used to say, that's why you come here and give me food, etc., because I speak hari-katha. So you don't have common sense. Whether Gurudeva will speak or not, I'll just come and see Gurudeva. Then first they used to telephone. Well, will Gurudeva speak today? They used to ask. If Gurudeva not speak, then I'll not go to see him. But there's the deity. And so in mandir there's not even hari-katha, but still go to the mandir to see the deity. So before you ask, you telephone before, you make a phone call before to check something before you go to the temple. This is true or not? So why need to go to the temple? Because you'll not speak with God. You just go to see the God, right? And the deity. Understand? So I see this going on. Gurudeva may speak hari-katha or not. Just by having the darshan of Mahabhagavata, you'll be purified. just having the darshan.
Just taking darshan of Mahabharata, all your simplifications.
Then all your simple activities will be destroyed. But this is no. You're not thinking about this. If Gurudev speaks Hari-katha, then I will go. So there's some selfish or some condition is there, right? Condition is there. So this is like bhakti with cause, but bhakti causeless. Gurudeva might speak Hari-katha or not. I will go to see Gurudeva. I'll just sit near his lotus feet. This is called two kinds of bhakti. Bhakti with cause and bhakti without cause. Hetumula and ahetu. Do you understand? That's why Gurudev used to say, why do you feed me and give me so much nice things to drink and eat? Because I speak Hari-katha. Because there's so much power in the Hari-katha, isn't it? But if Gurudev is like laying and without doing anything, then no. Should be ahetuki, means causeless. So two kinds of bhakti, with cause and without cause. Causeless. I must go to see Gurudeva. That's it. Maybe he'll give Hari-katha or not. If he speaks, okay, nice. If he doesn't speak, also very nice, because I'll see him. But you don't have this conception. First you think, oh, will he speak Hari-katha or not? So Gurudeva said, you came to me exactly just because you want the Hari-katha. Do you understand or not?
Because then you speak again. No, I want you to speak more now.
That's their families.
Can't even listen.